This episode of TMI Weekly is brought to you by Only in a Woman's World.
TMI Weekly is brought to you by Only in a Woman's World.
In episode 4, Cheryl deals with one of the least desirable parts of getting older, hot flashes.
Oh.
But look at Demi Moore. She has hot flashes and a hot man.
Ooh.
It's true. It's very true.
Call me Ashton. Welcome to TMI Weekly, your source for
Life,
tech,
And style. I'm Mary.
I'm Megan.
and I'm Julia.
And today we're talking about that dip you get in when you're in your quarter life crisis and how do you get out of it. Sometimes you just feel stuck. If you're in a career, you've been working on something for a really long time and you're like, oh God, what do I do? Or maybe it's something personal. You've been in a relationship and you feel like you've invested so much time, but maybe it's not the right thing for you anymore. You've evolved as a person, and how do you get out of that depression and move on to something better?
I remember when I first met you, actually. I'm at a party with her, and we're talking. I don't even know this girl. She ends up, the next day, I get a delivered 3 books full of, like, quarter life crisis. I get, what else is there? There was, like, the self-help book. There's, like, 3 self-help books all based on your quarter life and finding what your true passion was. And I was like, who is this girl? I don't even know this girl, and she's sending me damn books.
Well,
nice.
She said at this party that she was a little bit lost, and I knew that she wasn't happy in her current job. She was at a hedge fund and she was just so brutally unhappy. I was like, no, don't think of it in terms of a career. You know that point where you get so absorbed in something that time just goes and you're not thinking about anything else. You're not thinking whether you're hungry, you're not thinking whether you're cold or warm, whatever, I don't know. You're not thinking about that guy. And so I was like, you have to figure out what that is for you. Everything else is easy from there. You can figure out a way to get paid for anything. And so what she ended up figuring out was that she really liked talking about gadgets.
Yes.
And look at where she is now.
When you don't know what you want to do, for an ambitious person and for somebody who's been so motivated and so focused on one goal, that can be, you know, a huge source of stress and anxiety. When I had been working so hard in terms of television production and working in the film industry and working in Hollywood, and then all of a sudden I said, oh my God, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I was like,
you realized earlier than most people.
I know, most people are sitting there in agent seats right now.
10 years later and they would be like, oh.
But time. And even if you've invested 10 years as opposed to the few that I had invested, that makes it even more stressful.
Yeah. Literally, like, I have to figure it out. If I don't figure it out, I'm gonna die.
Wow, I love your blush. It is so rosy. What is that?
Oh, hot flash.
Ooh, sounds edgy. Did they carry it here?
Just wait 25 years.
Why? Is it a limited edition?
The reason I had such a hard time deciding on what I want to do is because I kept pressuring myself, literally like, I have to figure it out. If I don't figure it out, I'm gonna die. When I finally let go and just like let everything just go along and go with the flow, I started enjoying my life, number 1, wow. And number 2, I actually found what I liked.
And that's applicable in not only your career, but relationships too. It's okay to say, I invested 3 years, I thought I was gonna marry this person, but you know what? At the end of the day, they don't make me happy. I've been reading called The Dip, When to Stick and When to Quit. Quit things that you aren't passionate about so that you're not stuck in this mediocre rut. Playing on your strength instead of settling for that paycheck.
Quarter life crisis is actually, it's a really pejorative term for something that should be a general reassessment that we do on a regular basis. It shouldn't be a crisis. Is it a little uncomfortable? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I think
but it's a good thing.
We've all been there. We've all had our struggles. If you have something that you've done that really kind of stands out in your mind as unique and something that really helped you through, please share it with us because it's something that we're all dealing with. That's all we've got for you today. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
My first quarter life crisis was actually when I was 17 years old.
My first. Megan's like, I've had 12 of them.